I always knew I wanted to have a family, and I think it was, shortly after I met Amy, I'm like, right, this is the one. I met Amy at Coogee. Actually, it was the Coogee Bay Hotel, and she was wearing some very short shorts, so that was my initial attraction to Amy. But she was a friend of a friend. And after quite a few months of me chasing Amy, she finally gave in, and we moved in together 3 months after we met. It took us a while to get married. We got married in 2012. We decided to have kids pretty soon after that as well.
The pregnancy itself was very normal. All the ultrasounds were just coming back perfect. That was the word that they kept using. We went on a road trip, saw all of our friends, and then came home from the road trip. I got a little bit of bleeding. GP had said, it's all good, it's fine. All the ultrasounds after the bleeding came back totally normal. The bleeding happened again at like 1 o'clock in the morning, so I was like, I'm just gonna call the hospital. Delivery suite said, yep, come on in. And that's when our real relationship with the hospital started from there.
I'll never forget the look on the doctor's face when she first looked at Amy's cervix, and her face just went white and her eyes opened, and I just knew instantly then there was something drastically wrong. She said, you're 6 centimetres dilated and you're going to have a baby tonight. And our whole world just turned upside down.
For 5 days, we tried really, really hard to keep him in. But then on day 5, the umbilical cord prolapsed. And after that, the safest place was going to be in the NICU. We had a cesarean. Just had like this memory of just like lying on the bed, arms wide open, just thinking, oh my goodness, we're going to be meeting our baby today.
When Jack came out, it was really a beautiful moment, and it was the moment we had our first baby. It was just as special as it is for anybody having their first kid. Jack started out really well. He went from strength to strength, and even to the point where the doctors were taking a step back from his care a little bit.
That's what it looks like.
Mummy.
He's so cute.
And then it all really sort of went bad. One night we got a call in the middle of the night from Parag, one of the consultants, who was amazing. And he said, look, I think you just better come in because, he's taken a backward step, and I think you should be here. It just got worse and worse, and it got to the point where we could see where it was going, and he got so bad, and I took one of the head doctors aside and said, look, how much longer does this go on for? Is this just cruel what we're doing now? Srini, who was one of the consultants looking after him, found out what was going on, that he's taken a bad turn, and he rushed in on his day off. And within 5 minutes, he had a team of maybe 20 or so surgeons and doctors, and he said, please just give me some time. I just want to try every possible option. And they were huddled in a circle, talking about every possible thing that they could do. What if? He kept saying, what if we just operate, and what if we could do this? What if we could do that? And just pushing the doctors and surgeons to the absolute nth degree. And I was just standing back going, how is it possible that somebody could care so much for our baby? He turned over absolutely every last stone until there was nothing left to turn over, and we made the decision to remove the withdrawal care.
But I liked as well how when that decision was made, it really did feel empowering, and then all of a sudden the doctors and the nurses switched, and all of a sudden it was just like the nurses that were around us, and the support that they gave us. Like, we had so much cuddle time with him. It was just so beautiful.
Jack was amazingly resilient baby, and he initially coped really well with his extreme prematurity, but he developed an infection and his kidneys also stopped working. As a result of those things, he wasn't able to survive.
The doctors and nurses took out all of his tubes, all of his lines. He was just a nude little bub, and they put him on Amy's chest where, and And he just died so peacefully, and it was just an incredible experience that it's not even that I'll never forget it in my life. I will remember it every single day of my life. I never take that out of my mind. It was just such an incredible experience.
One of the things that I didn't realise would happen having Eddie was that Jack's memory would be everlasting, because as we tell Eddie the stories, he's going to tell the stories back to us. So Jack is always going to be present in our lives. And as hard as it was to say goodbye to him, I feel as though, you know, he's with us all the time.
I think one of the great things, you know, if something positive was going to come out of such a terrible situation, is the visible difference that his legacy has left on the unit. And when I take people through the unit, you know, the unit is quite tired and run down in a lot of places. And when I get to the end of the unit and I'm able to show the parents area where parents get to spend time with their babies before going home, that's a place that I show off with pride.
I think what Eddie will probably end up knowing about his brother is that he brought his whole community together. So he brought his mum and dad together with their friends and family, and we created forever lasting relationships through the hospital as well.